Good morning, everyone. This is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot, and this is a random pop-up live stream. Totally unexpected, totally spontaneous. How fun is that? All right, my friends. So let's see what we've got. We're going to do some free tarot readings. So go ahead and post your questions in the chat. I do select randomly. I try to be as random as I can. However, if you are interested in bumping yourself up to priority status, feel free. You can drop a donation. In the description is my link, and that will get you to priority. All priority readings are guaranteed. So keep that in mind as an option if you are interested. Let's get going. Let me take off this banner. Hold on. Let me get everything going here. There we go. There we go. We're better now. Okay, so let me see. Back to comments. Okay. So I don't know if any of my moderators will end up being here. This is random, so nobody was expecting it. So we will see what happens. Today I have the Arcanum Tarot spread out. Let's go ahead and get going. All righty. If you're new here, I want to say welcome. Please, I invite you to go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd love you to stay connected. This is a prime example about why you'd want to be subscribed with the notifications on, so you'll know when these kind of fun things pop up. Okay, let's get going. I got to remember to talk a little quiet. Some of my house is still sleeping. All right, let's say hello to a few people. Valentina, hello, and thank you for the first like. I love it. Thank you. Luna Moon, hello. Pavali, good to see you. Amula, Mary M, hello. I missed you the other day. You popped in to say hello, but I didn't respond in time. I think you'd already left by the time I saw it. All righty, well, let's get going. Please, I want to remind everybody, I'm very focused on the cards, and I pretty much only check the chat in between readings. So please forgive me if I don't greet you personally. It is definitely not meant to be offensive. I'm just super focused. Let's get going. Let me see what is going on. Oh, you guys know each other. How nice. I love it when the group has friends in here. There we go. All right, let's get a question. This is for Luna Moon. Do you see a reconciliation or a new start between you, Scorpio, and me this year? Still no contact. Okay, let's open it up with an Anna K. We're going to use Anna K, and we're going to see what's going on with you. Yui. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, so forgive me. I might just call you. I always have this problem because it sounds funny to say between you and you. You. Okay, let me focus here. I'm sorry. I gotta focus, and I gotta drop everything. There we go. So early for me, it's 7 a.m. Been up since 5 with my 5:30 maybe with my cat. My cat, I have 2 kitties, and one of them is always trying to wake me up starting at about 4 a.m. wanting to get some extra food. So anyway, Scorpio, reconciliation, Luna Moon. Let's find out what we've got. Let us find out what is going on with that. I've been playing around with some new spreads. Mini spreads have to be small because clearly they're mini. But also I have such a small window, and I have a couple new spreads I'd like to incorporate into the mini reading. So kind of working on that, but that's it's not happening right now. Okay, so as you can see, I mean, a lot of bright sunny cards. I think right now, I'm seeing here that the conversation is still at a standstill. I can see that here with the Ace of Swords. That's about communication. And notice she's kind of putting her hand up like, no, we're not talking kind of thing, right? So to me, I'm seeing, obviously she's looking out into here where there's nothing. So I'm seeing that this no contact might continue for a while. There is a decision to be made, though. There is something that's going to, there is some thought. That's a better way to put it. There is some thought about this. Excuse me. The Judgment card is telling me that. Plus, we have the Three of Rods right next to it, and that's the Three of Wands. And as you can see, he's kind of looking out over the horizon here, trying to decide where to go, next, and taking his wands with him. So, I do see that this is kind of coming. It is at a standstill, though. We've got our King of Pentacles here. And this is somebody who is, obviously he's the king and he's pentacles. So that's, daily life, wealth, so he's like the high and mighty king up here with everything, right? But this, to me, in this spread with these surrounding cards, this is telling me that, this isn't budging right now, not budging. So I'm seeing a lot of potential for the new start. But again, I'm seeing it just stuck here. Let's do an endgame card and see if we can get a better insight into the future result of whether or not you're going to be connected, okay? Okay, it's still a little unknown. There's something there that you don't know about, I think. There is some kind of, and again, I don't think deception, meaning that Scorpio is lying overtly, trying to manipulate the situation. However, this is about mystery. This is something you're not aware of right now. I'm not sure if Scorpio has family or friends that might be kind of interfering. I'm not seeing a lot of swords other than this one, which would indicate being bombarded by conversation and so forth, but a little confusing still. And being in the short term, being a 4-card spread, that to me means not in this immediate future, but all the bright sunniness. Yellow stands for optimism. It also stands for impatience. So, being optimistic about it is absolutely the right attitude to have, but just make sure you put it in check with that impatience. Trust me, I know how that feels, and it's easier said than done, but it looks like still potential, but still holding on. All right. Well, good luck with that. Okay, we have a donation. This is from Seba. Thank you so much, Seba. All right, let's get to your question. Now, what Seba did here is she made a donation which bumps her to priority, and that means that I obviously will get to her question right away. Oh, Night Reader Tarot, hello, how are you? Random pop-up stream. Thank you for joining us. See, it was so random that even the moderators didn't know, right? Ha ha ha, random spontaneity. Well, I guess that kind of is a double night. Okay, doesn't matter. Seba, how are you? You can tell it's early for me because this is like the first time I'm actually talking out loud to somebody other than my pets. And I'm a rambler. All right, let's find your question, honey. I'm not seeing it. I see you, but I'm not seeing the question. Seba has donated, so she is priority. And you're wanting a question here. And you're very welcome, Luna Moon. I hope that was helpful. Okay, well, I'm still waiting on your question. Yes, Mary, random positive surprises. I love it. That's a great way to put it, too. Yeah, it's like I have these, I try to be careful and not overlap with other people too much, Oh, here, I found your question. Thank you, Mary. All righty. Will T and GT end up romantic relationship in the future? Okay, let's see what the energy is looking like today, because we did look at this yesterday or the day before maybe, and whoops, it was looking like it was on somebody's mind, but not both people's mind. So I think if I remember correctly. All right, let's just find out what the cards say today. It doesn't matter what they said yesterday, right? Energy changes, guys. Energy is always swirling. Okay, what about T and GT? All right, let's find out what's going on. Let us find out. All right, we're using the Wizard's Tarot, which is awesome. It's a Barbara Moore deck. Barbara Moore, if you read cards, I'm sure you're familiar with Barbara Moore. She's got lots of cool decks. This is another one. And I love it because they're borderless. Okay, so let us find out romantic relationship in the future. All right, we've got the Hierophant. Again, I think that's exactly what somebody wants. Somebody wants that, and I don't know which, but somebody wants it. We've got the Hierophant, again, trying to kind of keep things together, keep things in line, keep things together. Two people, keep them together, right? On the other side, we have our Five of Swords. That's about sneaking somebody away or stealing somebody away or keeping them. So I don't know, T or GT, who is the one you're interested in, or who's your ex, or I'm not sure what the situation is, but somebody wants somebody else, but the other is not in there. I just feel like one person wants the other, because this is what we've got. We've got bookends here. What's in the middle? We have 2 court cards and 2 swords. So that's all about communication. That's about truth. That's about new ideas. So somebody is trying to inspire the other to take it into a next level. Now, you're asking, will they end up in a relationship? Not what do they think about the relationship. So let's find out if we can get something. Court cards are typically personality cards. We've got somebody here who is pretty, for lack of a better word, strict. Somebody who is very direct, wants it their way. But then we've got the other one kind of running in, trying to show their will. Knight of Swords, again, that's about important messages. Always knights are about change, action. It's usually a lot of fire, a lot of heat with the knight. So this one, the knight, the personality type of the Knight of Swords would be somebody who is action-oriented, fast-thinking, but it's somebody who kind of doesn't have a plan, really, and things don't usually end up well. So we've got somebody talking pretty firmly about some things, and the other one just kind of running in going, no, but listen to me, no. So I'm seeing it again as they kind of push-pull. I'm seeing one person has that in mind. So let us pull an endgame card, because I want to know if they're going to end up together. Regardless of what is going on, are they going to be together? Let us find out. Bam. No, I do not think so. Again, we've got our Eight of Swords, which typically, you can't see her face, but normally they're wearing a blindfold, meaning they can't see things, and they're feeling trapped by conversation. One of these people is going to make the other person feel like it's enough. I've had enough. And they're going to want to break free of this. Right now, they're not. This is a self-imposed prison of thoughts. They're trapped by all these wands. They're trapped by the rope. We can't see her face, but she has a blindfold on. But there's always a way out. The swords don't ever, you're not encompassed like this. There's always a way out like that. So somebody can escape, and that's exactly what will happen. But right now, it's still kind of that push-pull. Somebody wants it, and the other person will not. So I do believe the answer to your question is no. But I do think it's kind of in the thought process of one of them. All right. That's interesting, too, because that kind of follows along with what we learned yesterday, if I remember correctly. So it was kind of a continuation, actually. So we'll check in. If you're around and you ask the question again, we'll check in with the energy, because I'm curious to see how that's going to develop, because it's super clear. One is saying yep, and one is saying no. All right, my dear, I hope that helped, and thank you so much for your donation. Let me just check. I hear buzzing, but again, I get so many notifications from stupid things that I didn't even remember I signed up for. Okay, well, thank you again for your donation. Let's see, what have we got? Valentina has a question. What are Carlos' feelings and next move toward me? No contact. Okay, so we've got another no contact. Carlos, what are you feeling? Let's find out with Tarot in Wonderland. What's Carlos' feelings and next move to Valentina? No contact, so no idea what's going on. No vibes. Can't feel it. All right. I want to say hi. I'm glancing over here at the chat, and I see some new people. Silent History, hello, how are you? Val Mary, nice to see you. Vaniska, ooh, I like your name. Aisha, hi, how are you? Well, welcome. To anybody who's new here, I want to welcome you. I invite you to go ahead and hit subscribe and hit that notification bell. These random pop-ups come randomly, but I do have a regularly scheduled show at 12 p.m. Central. But this is fun. So getting the notifications for when I'm on in my random fun. All right, Carlos, next move, no contact. Okay, let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Hope I'm not being too loud. My daughter and my grandson are still sleeping. Like I said, it's only 7:15 here, and it's Saturday, so people are sleeping. Not me. My cat made sure I was not. She started at 4 in the morning, bothering me. She paws on the wall like this, right next to my head. It's great. It is great. Love it. No. Okay. So what are Carlos's feelings and next move toward you? Okay, well, I can see, you know what? We've got bookends. We've been getting a lot of bookends, actually, lately. Oh, gosh, everything's slipping. I got to get a new board. Things are taking a while. I can see that right here. This is obviously confirming what you obviously already know, that it's taking a while. But the nice thing I want to point out to you is it is going. This little boat here, it's going slow, but it's going. It's moving on to over here where it's a little brighter. I mean, that's the moon and stuff, but typically it's about, going to a brighter shore, with some help sometimes too. You got that support. So this is what's going on. I'm assuming you must have somebody you're talking to with a friend or something that might be helping you as you're waiting. Something like that is what that brings to mind. Here on our other side, we have our Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is about kind of looking at things but not seeing others. So it sounds to me like Carlo is potentially thinking, that looking at the things that aren't here. Not seeing you, perhaps, because look at you. You're back here on this dolphin. Like, yeah, look at me. I've got a cup. Come see me. But, they're looking at these. So I don't think Carlos is having such an awesome time without you, or not connected with you. But I think something's going on. It's taking a while. But we have good news here. We've got our Ace of Swords. This is new communication. Look at where it's coming from. Got the King, and look at the arm is like reaching out. See that? Well, the king is a bit of an introvert. The king is alone. Look at him, not sliding, floating on the ocean here by himself. The king is very, secure and calm, and so it's not like a panicky thing or a sad thing, but it's somebody wanting to be alone. But the communication. So it looks like Carlo is thinking about communicating and is kind of feeling like, hey, I might want to reach out. I might want to speak to Valentina. So again, I see it there. I see it. So the intention is good. The intention is to reach out. There's just something about being alone right now. Not sure what he's thinking about, why he wants to be alone, but I'm not seeing any other cards. If there are other people involved, this is a Four of Cups. If there are other people involved, they're not doing it for him. They're not doing it for him. And you're back here, and he just has to turn around and see you. Do you see that? So let's get an endgame card. What is the next move towards you? I think the next move is contact. That's exactly right. Feelings look, like decent. Let's find out a little more, though, about the feelings, right? Let's go. The Chariot. Okay. Carlos is trying to kind of get his mind wrapped around it. And then get ready to move. Notice the Chariot here is, she's not moving. She's not running. She's not, usually you see an actual chariot where they're speeding along, and it usually means speed. In this particular deck, though, she is still moving, but she's planning her move. You see that? She's playing croquet. She's not running, but she is moving. And she's manipulating what she has to work with. She's got a hedgehog. She's got a flamingo. So she's using what's at her disposal to play this game. Same thing with Carlo. Carlo is for whatever reason staying to himself right now. If there are other people, they are not interesting. You're still in the mix. You're still in the mix, though. You see that? All right. Well, good luck, Valentina. It sounds like you're going to be getting some conversation. Does look like that's coming. So the no contact part will hopefully be resolved soon. All right. Well, that's good, right? All righty. So let me check and see. I've got some buzzing. Let me find out why. Oh, we do have a donation. Let me see who this is from. All right, Siba, hello. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's get your question. We've got a second question for you. Let me roll down here to the bottom. Ta-da! Thank you, and thank you for the flowers. You know, it's so funny. I love donations. Donations. I meant, well, I love those too, but I meant emojis. And I'm like the emoji girl. And so on the chats, I love it because when I moderate for Night Reader, I'm emojis everywhere. I love emojis. Okay, let's get to this. No hurt feelings, whatever the outcome of the reading, but who does the Leo want to be in a relationship with, me or TG? You are welcome. Let's find out. Yes, because we're seeing that somebody, one of the two, is really kind of more wanting this than the other. So let's use the lights here. We want to shed some light. Is the Leo, we're hoping the Leo is the one who doesn't want to be with TG. So what is T thinking? Is T looking for a relationship with TG? Or is T looking for Siba? Let's find out. Let's find out. Okay. All right, guys, I want to remind you, my regular show is on at 12 p.m. Central. It's Tarot at 12. That is my regularly scheduled for an hour each day. But I do have to let you know, one of the reasons I decided to do a random pop-up is I am going to have to cancel my show today. I have a relative out of town that we need to visit weekly. So I've ended up, it's kind of a random thing too sometimes. So I've had to cancel sometimes because of that. But otherwise, I am here at 12 every day. So yeah. Okay, no hurt feelings whatsoever. The outcome of the reading. But who does the Leo want to be in a relationship with? Okay. Oh, we've got a lot of things coming up. Okay. So TJ, T is looking at something differently. He feels like he's caused some heartache. This sounds like you, right? As T, I mean, obviously this must be some heartache for you, right? So I'm looking at something different that has caused a heartache. So looking at it and trying to, maybe change those things. The reason I say change those things is look what's right here, our devil. The devil is about escaping from something that keeps us bound. Now, if you two are together, that might sound like, hey, that's me. No, I'm feeling like, remember the last reading? I feel like somebody wants T, and that's just not going to go well. T wants to be alone from this person, looking at something differently. I'm wondering, did T break your heart? Or obviously T might realize that this is causing you some problems. If not, I mean, if it wasn't some kind of, it doesn't have to be dramatic, like a big, huge heartbreak thing. But, clearly people aren't stupid. I mean, if you know somebody wants you or is into you, you can imagine just by common sense how that might make them feel. So I think that T is kind of aware of how this might make you feel, and, is kind of looking at things differently. I don't know if T was sort of gravitating toward TG, and that was where, the heartbreak came, and then he's looking at things differently, wants to escape from that. And then we've got the King of Cups. Remember what I said about the King of Cups? The King of Cups, he has it together. He's keeping his emotions together, but he's like removing himself, like, no, I don't want to deal with this, or, okay, this is disrupting my peace, or, whatever. So this is showing me that, things would be moving toward your direction. I still want to get something a little more firm. Sometimes the tarot doesn't, because the energy is not set sometimes, and it's hard to say. So let's find out if we can get a better yes or no, be in a relationship with you or not. It's looking that way. Yup. Wants to be with you. I think ultimately, if T is not realizing it yet, that push-pull that TG is putting on T is going to wear thin, is going to make T feel like I got to get out of here. And then he's going to relook at you if he's not already thinking about you. And then we've got the King of Wands. This is like the ultimate go big or go home guy. Gets it done. I mean, look at this guy. He looks like he's got it together, right? He's strong. He's got a lion there. He's holding the wand on fire. I mean, he's just like the boss, right? So Wands is the suit of effort and growth. So I do think, based on what these cards are saying, it looks like you are the one who ultimately will be what T is looking for. I see friction between TG and T. Friction. So, yeah. Ooh, looking good, though. Looking good. All righty. Well, thank you for your donation and good luck with that. I hope it goes well. I'll be curious. If you feel like sharing, I would love to hear. I always wonder how things turn out, and sometimes people don't want to share. I don't blame you because, hey, it's some kind of personal information, or you just forget or just don't want to. But I would love to have updates, guys, just because I do care about your questions. You are very welcome, my dear. All righty, we have another donation, and I'm not sure what the PayPal name, or excuse me, the YouTube name is, so I will let you know. The initials on PayPal are FH. FH. I'm not sure your username. Oh, Marie Eve, I see that you donated as well. Great, I'll get to yours right after FH. Thank you so much. That King of Wands looked like T. See? Tea's coming. Oh, Fatine? Thank you. That's who the question is. What's your question, honey? And we will get your question answered. Your priority now. We're all priority. Okay, so I just need your question, please. Oh, we have another. Thank you guys so much. I am seeing these come in. I have to see who they're from, but let's see. Now, again, if you guys want to do like Fatine just did or Marie Eve, you can come as a, here we go. Thank you, Night Raider. All right. Does Lawrence still love me, or he's already being in a romantic relationship with the girl he told me about yesterday? Okay. So is Lawrence in love with that person or you? He told you about the girl yesterday. We're going to use the Crow Tarot. Okay. Thank you again for your donation. Lawrence still love me, or is he already in a romantic relationship with the girl he told me yesterday? Okay. Thank you so much for your help, Mary M. I would love to make you a moderator if that's okay with you. I'll go ahead and do that after the show. Love your help, and I love having you here. You are a great addition to the MPT family. We've got quite a family growing here. Look at this. Chat is hopping. Okay, Lawrence, do you still love Fatine? Okay, let me see here. What is going on? The beautiful Crow Tarot is going to tell us what we need to know. Oh my gosh, you guys. Today, my new zombie deck is supposed to be here. Of course, I am not going to be home, so it's probably going to be sitting outside my door crying, waiting for me to get it. I'll be crying the whole drive. I'll be like, my tarot deck is sitting on my porch. Oh, Miriam, you're already a moderator. I'm sorry. Well, good. See how my brain works? I can't see who's a moderator on the back end here. I'm on live stream, which is the system we use to stream. And the chat looks a little different than it does on YouTube. But anyway, thank you, Night Reader. I'd forgotten, and I just see how helpful you are, Mary. Thank you so much. Okay, so what are we looking at here? Does Lawrence still love you? Or is he in the, yeah, you know what? We've got our High Priestess. And this is a little bit of potentially kind of trying to deceive, trying to cloud the waters, trying to keep things hidden, right? Well, clearly Lawrence is not keeping the other girl hidden, because otherwise he wouldn't have told you about him. So he's hiding, you know, perhaps the depth of the feelings or the depth of the relationship or connection. Maybe he's hiding that from the other person. Maybe he's hiding more about it from you, but there are some things here that are still hidden. Okay. But I do see that this is kind of, going your way. We've got our sun here at the end of the spread. The sun is all about being happy, and the sun, I don't even need to describe what the sun is. Obviously, you know what a sun is. But again, it's about being free, being about lightheartedness, or being lighthearted, and running free on this horse in the sun with the sunflowers. So that is where you're wanting it to go, and that is where I see it ending. But for here, it's still a little kind of convoluted. There's still a little bit of fogginess. You're not able to see it. But here, I see the Ace of Wands. This is a new opportunity for growth. This is something that would mean, growth and effort. Things, I don't know what kind of relationship you already had, but by the question you said, you phrased it, does he still love me? Well, growing something, effort to make something grow, that's not necessarily the new opportunity, but I think what has happened is this conversation you had is kind of going to take things to another step. All relationships have growing pains. And, it's terrible to say. Nobody wants to have an argument or wants to have a fight or wants to have things kind of go off the rails. But sometimes that's what makes us stronger. And this is what this is saying. We've got the Ace, new opportunity to grow, running right into the King to grow. This is the first in the suit of Wands, Ace, 1. This is the King, the last in the suit. So bringing it back together. See, that's why I think it's growing with you. And this is your sunshine. This is where you want it to go. But there's something going on here that you still are not aware of. Doesn't mean it's dastardly bad, like you have to go, hide under the covers about. But there is something that you're still not aware of. Something's going on that Lawrence felt the need to kind of feel like this isn't growing, this isn't working. So maybe take a look at that and kind of analyze your relationship a little bit and see, where was this going before? What is the goal? All of us have needs, and see maybe what kind of needs weren't being met. Now, that doesn't mean you should sacrifice your own boundaries or your own needs. So keep that in mind. We are not put on this earth to morph into making somebody else happy. The ideal means we will be happy without changing anything else, and we'll be fine. You see? So check that out. But it does look like the end goal is still you. I think it's still heading toward you. And there's just some confusion. This is the confusion. Where'd it go? Here, the High Priestess. There's the confusion that Lawrence is having. And something you might not be aware of just yet. All right. Well, good luck with that. I hope it turns around in your favor. All right, my friend. Thank you for the donation. Let us see what else we have got. All right. Let me back up. I'm in the wrong screen. Alrighty. Marie-Eve. Where did your... Oops, I pressed the wrong thing. How you like that? User error, user error, user error. Here you are. Marie-Eve. Thank you so much for your donation. And let's find your question. Marie, ooh, it just jumped. See how that happens? All right. Well, you can't see. What am I talking about? Oh, not that one. There we go. Marie-Eve. All righty. Thank you so much. No contact with BO since Wednesday. Will he reach out to me soon, or should I make the first step? Let's see. We are going to use... Dun, dun, dun. No, I don't want to use that one. We're going to use Classic Llewellyn. We want a real classic read, huh? We're going to look at Classic Llewellyn. Should Marie-Eve make the first move, or is BO going to contact her on his own? No contact since Wednesday. What is today? Saturday. Okay. All right. No contact. All right. Let's find out what's going on. What is going on? I still can't believe my cat started to try to wake me up at 4:15. No wonder I'm always tired. Even when I sleep later, I'm not getting the good sleep because my cat. Man, I love my kitty though, so it's okay. But I like to complain. How nice, huh? You guys are lucky you get to hear me complain. Oh, we're looking really good, honey. We're looking really good. And I think that BO will contact you. We've got our Six of Cups. That's about looking back on the past, looking back on things that have happened with a positive view. So, clearly looking back on it. I mean, even if it's just this week where you've had the no contact, but whatever led you to not talk in the first place, the direction of the thoughts and the thinking on BO's behalf is the Six of Cups, looking back on it really nicely. And guess what it is? What is facing it? Our Ace of Cups. Look at that, cups being handed right over. What is Ace of Cups? A new love, a new opportunity for love, a new seed being planted. Now, I'm not thinking that this is somebody else, and I'll tell you why. This is you. We've got the Two of Cups here coming together in harmony. This is what you need. You need that harmony. And what's next to it? The King of Swords. This is about somebody who's wearing armor, ready to go in and just fight for what's right, fight for what you want. Not to say you're going to go in and with boxing gloves on and be like, come on, and drag somebody away by their hair. But this is about being strong. This is about having, your finger on the pulse. This is the king. And this is somebody who's a decision maker, kind of, makes things happen too. So I think that it's coming back around. Now let's find out if they're reaching soon. Now I wish if I would have had like an Ace of Swords, I would have been like, yup, it's coming. Here's the message. Or even a page, I might have thought that. But we do have our Ace of Cups. This is coming back. The drawback is going to be the memory of the past good times. That's going to come up. But let's do, where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Let's do an end game. I want to know, you know what? It looks like he's going to make the first move because we've got this armor on, tough guy, armor dude. Let's see, though. Let's get a confirmation. Let's get a real strong confirmation, please. Okay, yeah, no, you should not. You should not make that first move. He will. Now, energy changes. So if there's new information that pops up for you, you might want to reevaluate. But as of right now, it's looking like you should not, because this is the Three of Swords. Clearly, you can see by the picture why that would mean no. So maybe that means BO is not ready to hear from you for whatever reason. But, look, the strong dude, King of Swords, fighting for it. And look, fighting for what? Look at all these beautiful cups. The love coming back to this. This is the nostalgia coming back. That's why I don't think it's somebody else. I think it's you. Whoa, Marie-Eve. Looking good. I hate waiting. It's like the worst. But again, watch what's going on. Sometimes things change. Everybody has free will. So BO does too. So if you get new information, if something kind of changes and sways the energy a little different, things can change. But this is the snapshot of the energy right now. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, but looking good. Looking good. All righty, we've got another donation today. See what I mean? I can't talk. All right, thank you so much. This is from PayPal, initials KB. Let's find KB. I don't want to say names out loud, so I'm not sure if you have a different. Here we go. Thank you so much. Kimberly, thank you so much for your donation. Am I going to marry my boyfriend, and what do my spirits guides say about me? Ooh, okay. I love spirit messages. I love all the readings. I love tarot cards, so I love them all. But I get chills with the spirit messages. We're going to use Deviant Moon. We are going to use Deviant Moon and see what is going on. Are there any, what would you say, spirit guides, what would you say about Kimberly? And does this include marrying her boyfriend? Let's find out. Let us find out. You guys, this is so fun. I love doing random stuff. Again, I try to be respectful of other readers that I know about who are out there, and I overlapped a little bit today with T.O., but I just love these pop-up things. I do them a couple times a week, at least once, but some, you know, depends on my random moods, right? Random is random, even for me. I've been hard at work on my next Relationship Warriors video, and I might even do it live as opposed to an upload. I like interacting with you guys, and when an upload, I can't talk to you because clearly you're not there. All right. So what are your guides saying about things right now and about whether or not you're going to be getting married? Okay. So I've got some good news here. All right. So this right now, this is where you feel, you know, kind of like, I don't know what's going on. There's mystery, meaning I can't tell what's going on. So you might have a feeling in your heart like, yes, maybe, you know, I want to marry my boyfriend, and your boyfriend might even be saying that too. But right now it's still kind of clouded in that mystery. But look at these people are like marionettes, and they're attached to the moon. The moon is the one pulling the strings, right? Well, the moon is a powerful energetic force. The moon, you know, turns, obviously we all remember, you know, science, and the moon, you know, is always turning. The cycles are always going, and you know the next cycle will come, right? So what's the next cycle? In your boyfriend and you dating, is committed relationship, what's the next step? Marriage, right? The moon is drawing you to that. So that looks really good. Next to it, we have the devil. Excuse me, the devil. And the devil is facing this. So the devil and the moon here, what does it mean? What's the combo? This means escaping something that makes you feel like you're kind of stuck, holding on. This would be singlehood. You're feeling like, all right, I'm ready for the next step. Do you want to know how else I know that? Right here, the Three of Wands. This is about kind of looking at the growth that you have had, you know, through your relationship and deciding where to go with it. Where do you want to go? Well, I know where you want to go, or you wouldn't have been asking the question. You want to be getting married. So the singleness is going to go away. The cycle's coming. It's just a matter of cycle and waiting. Waiting sucks, I know, because I hate waiting myself. But sometimes, you know, you can't control it. But the thought is there. Where are we going to go with this? Here he's looking at his wands. What am I going to do with this growth, this effort that I've put into this relationship? Well, it's looking good. The King of Wands here. This is, like I said before, I don't know if you heard that, but the King of Wands is like the go big or go home. Let's get it done. Let's just do this, and let's plan it. Let's make it happen. So I'm thinking, yes, you will be getting married. Now, these same cards, I did ask kind of a double question. So we're saying, what do the spirit guides say about you? I'm not seeing what that says. This is literally all your relationship. So the cards kind of just put that out. Let's do an endgame card and see, what are the spirit guides? Is there a specific message that you want for Kimberly? We want a spirit message for Kimberly. Oh, the spirit message is, hold on, honey. It's coming. You've got the foundation here. Foundation for new things, for growing things, for, you know, and in this particular, look at this. I'm getting too excited here. It's about two people building a home. You guys have already built this foundation. So what Spirit is trying to say is, focus on what you've built so far and how you can capitalize on that and build it more, build it to the next level. You know, sometimes we all think because of time, okay, it's been enough time, we should be getting married by now. Time has nothing to do with it. It has to do with the foundation that you have built, and if there is another level to that foundation. If you already built the foundation and there's nowhere to go with that foundation, what does that mean about a relationship? It means goodbye. It'll die eventually. This is saying it will build, it will grow. So I think Spirit is trying to kind of reassure you. And you know, I don't see swords and like the Nine of Swords where she's crying in bed and all these things. You know, I don't see where it's just emotionally draining. I see that, you know, it's saying, hold on, focus on what you've achieved and accomplished and build on that. Don't just ride on it. Does that make sense? Don't just say, okay, I've done everything. No, it's the beginning. So you got to build. You got to be thinking about long-term, not just the immediate, like, oh, I can't wait for the wedding. Well, what about after the wedding? I'll tell you what. I had a big wedding with my first husband, and all the planning, all the excitement, all the nerves, all that. And I'll tell you what, it's still great. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I'll tell you what happens. All of a sudden it's over. And you're like, oh my God, I didn't even get a chance to talk to everybody. And when it's over, that dies down. And then you're like, okay, now what? Now what? Well, now you build your family in terms of your relationship. Maybe you want children. Maybe you want to buy a house. Maybe you want to travel. Do you see what I'm saying? So, looking good, Kimberly. Thank you for your donation. Okay, let's get back. We do have another donation. So this is from Vicky. Vicky, thank you so much for your donation. I'm going down south of the UK for October 1st. Do you see R contacting beforehand when I'm there or neither? No contact for nearly 3 weeks. Okay, so you haven't tracked in 3 weeks. You're going down south October 1st, which is about a month away-ish. And you're wanting to know if there's going to be contact beforehand. We're going to use Tarot of the Haunted House. You guys haven't talked in 3 weeks. Okay. All right. Do you see R contacting beforehand? Or when you're there? What's going on with R? And we want some contact. Okay. All right. We want a lot of swords. We want to see swords. Swords or pages. Knights too, I guess. Maybe knights. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter what I decide I want to see. The cards will show me what is important to see. I can call it out every time I want, but it doesn't matter what I say until I see the cards. All right. Okay, so yeah, there is a decision coming. There is a decision coming. Here we've got justice. This is the, well, it's all crooked. Sorry, it's the decision card. Justice means he's going to make a decision here soon. Again, unless I did, designate my spread to say, show me what happens next year or whatever. So if I don't, then to me, what this means is the 4-card spread is the immediate future. Okay. For the most part, that would be it. So this is looking like you would. Let's find out what the other cards say before I call it like that. We've got our Knight of Cups. What did I say? We want knights. We want pages. We want swords. We've got a knight. Knight of Cups. Well, cups is love and emotion. So I'm thinking knights are for important message, change, action. Well, action, that's what we want. First in the spread. So I'm thinking what this is saying is you will hear from him before he or she. You'll hear from them before October 1st. So it's looking like yes. Let's find out what else is going on though, because we have a couple cards we didn't touch on. We've got the 6 of Pentacles. This is about helping out. This is about helping people, giving people things, but also getting things. She's also got the scale of justice. Do you see this 2 justice scales right next to each other? That's a decision. So a decision is going to be made. And, the helping part, you know what? That might mean that you need to perhaps, initiate some contact too. I don't know, what you're thinking. You have good instincts. You know your relationship with R and what R is like. Use your instincts, use what your knowledge, and decide when would be the best time. Also, decide if it would be the best time. Don't just do things because the tarot said so. But what it's saying to me right now is that is a suggestion. You might want to reach out, whether that means waiting a little longer till near the end of the month or a week. Kind of set it in your mind. I'll tell you what always happens to me. When I set it up in my mind, like, okay, if I haven't heard something by, Wednesday of next month or whatever. Anyway, once I declare that and then I let it go, I say, okay, I put it out there. That's what I'm doing. I always find out things before. It happens with all kinds of goofy things that I won't get into. But once I declare it and let it go, it somehow always happens before I wanted it to. So, or before I thought it would. So try, just declare it to yourself. All right, if I don't hear something by, I don't know, I'm making it up, October 15th, I'm going to contact him. Do you see what I'm saying? Kind of set it in your mind. And then when you're waiting till October 15th or whatever date you decide, I bet you'll hear from them. That's what always happens. We've also got the Queen of Pentacles here. This is telling me it can't be one-sided. It can't be one person making, the initiative or the banking on it. This is really telling me that, again, set a date, say, all right, if I haven't heard by Friday, or if I haven't heard by, 3 weeks from now, whatever. That's what this is saying. The plan is about halfway there. You need two people working to make it work, right? So if you're letting one person have all the power and waiting for this person to make the call, this person's going to be over here, wah, wah, wah. But if you both have the opportunity to communicate, you see what I'm saying? So yeah, you might need to reach out, play it by ear, but I do see, according to what this is saying, it looks like, yes, you will be in contact before October 1st. That's awesome. Looking good, Vicky. Yeah, sometimes, like I said, just declare it. If this doesn't happen by this time, I'm going to do it. That kind of a thing. All righty. We have a donation from Ross Ad. Hello, Ross. How are you today? Again, guys, please don't be offended if I don't greet you personally. I'm really focused on the cards, but I do see you, and I do review the chat after the show, and I appreciate you all. I'm so glad that you're here. Okay, so let us see what we've got for Ross. Here we go. Thank you. All right, Ross Ad would like to know, can I have a guide advice? Oh, my favorite. Yes, you can. Let us use the Arcanum Tarot. We want to seek advice from spirit guides for Ross Ad. What kind of advice does spirit have for Ross? What kind of advice? What messages can you give us? All right, let's find out. We want to see what advice, what kind of messages or suggestions we can get from spirit. All right. I love these. I get the chills when I'm thinking about it. Now, they're all, coming from like a divine source. However, just knowing I'm specifically asking, it just makes me feel like tingly. Okay, so things from spirit. Spirit's telling you, you are creating a foundation, and that is something that is going to lead to success, to happiness. This is the Four of Wands, and this is about building that foundation, building that. Now, in this card, it's usually always depicting a home. Excuse me. Always depicting a home. And now if you look, in the background, there'll be like a castle or a big home that's already built. And these people here are saying, yes, we're doing that. Look at, we are putting a lot of growth and effort into this. And our home, the foundation has started. Now, clearly they need to build walls and a roof, but look how happy they are. Look at the flowers, look at the birds. A great foundation is being laid, and you have to remember that. That is what the message is. The Five of Cups is telling you, don't just be sad or focused on what's not going right. Remember, there are things going right. There are things that are moving forward. There, so don't just focus on it. You're being successful. Okay. So now here we have the Nine of Wands, and this is about being protective. It's also usually the guy, he's got like a bandage on. He's kind of like been beaten up. Now look at this guy. In this particular card, his wand is got some greenery growing on it, which implies that you've been having to protect yourself for quite some time, a time to let this grow. And you've been feeling like you have to protect your growth, protect what you've done, now look at this. They're also protecting the castle. They're not letting people in, or he is not letting people in. So, this is something that you've had to kind of endure. And what this is saying to me is, stand firm. You're doing the right thing. You've got the foundation going, and you might have to kind of still be working on it or protecting yourself in terms of whether it's your home or some kind of growth you've made. I know from previous questions you're considering moving to another country. So, a lot of the things that you've put in place are coming to fruition. And don't focus on what's not working. Focus on what is. The last piece of advice, this is the Two of Swords. You're going to be getting conflicting advice from people. Things that are going to be making you feel like, I don't know what to listen to, I don't know what to believe, or I don't know which one to kind of explore. And this seems to be people talking to you, perhaps friends, perhaps family, perhaps, coworkers trying to give you advice on what to do. And that's going to make you feel like, I don't even want to listen to you, or I don't know what to do. I can't even see this for what it is. And that would be because you're getting too much. You're stuck. Look at her. She's stuck in between there, and she's got a blindfold on. She's like, I'm not listening. Don't let this get you stuck. Don't let this make you not, sorry about that glare. Don't let this make you not make decisions, not explore what's yours. This card, by not listening, is where you focus on what's not working. Do you see that? See that? You're going to be like, oh, because you're constantly being reminded of what's not working, or you're constantly thinking about what's not working. Think about what is working. That is the very clear message. You're building a foundation. Protect it, meaning do what you're doing, continue, and in the long term, this is going to be worth it because you built the foundation. And again, his wand, that's the long term. He's got vines growing up it, meaning he's been standing there for a while, right? So yeah, so that's the advice. So stay positive, focus on what's working. Don't let other people confuse you, or even two ideas that you're having yourself confusing yourself. I get the feeling, though, it's other people, but it could be, yourself. All righty. Good luck. I think that's great. I love it when there's like action advice, like what to do, like something real solid that you can hang your hat on. Sometimes it's really obscure and you're like, I don't really know what to do with that advice. But this was very specific. So that was awesome. All righty. Thank you for your donation, and thank you for letting me read for you. Reminder to everybody that's here, these are free questions. I do them for an hour. However, donations do take priority. So you have the option to donate as well. It can be in any amount, and that is priority. So that means you get answered first, and I stick around for all donations. So in case you were wondering what's going on and why I'm not selecting some of you, it's not personal at all. It's just kind of the rules. Donations go first. All righty. Speaking of which, we have another donation from TS. Now, let me see. I don't remember. You're very welcome. And yes, you can do it, Ross. You can. Okay. So let's see. TS, I'm seeing, now, is this Flea Little Piggy? I don't remember, because I'm sure I've asked you before. My brain, my memory box? Yes. Okay. I thought, see, I got to give myself more credit. Okay, let me get back to your question. Thank you. All righty. Flea Little Piggy wants to know, you're feeling very stressed. I'm so sorry. I have suffered with anxiety, so I know how it feels. A lot of crap keeps coming or occurring this year. It's draining me. I'm finding it hard to get on with my dreams. I can, 2020 has been a horrible, crappy year for all of us, for very obvious reasons. The world is kind of, topsy-turvy, upside down. All of us are dealing with it, and all of us are struggling. But when you have personal stuff coming up too, then you've got it coming double whammy. So that's hard. So I give you credit. And before I even see what the cards are going to say, I want to tell you, hang on, distract your thinking. When you're stuck in your thoughts and just letting them roll over you like a hamster on a hamster wheel, that doesn't help either. In fact, it hurts your body even. You'll get stomach aches, headaches, you're drained, your resistance is down, your immune system is down. Especially right now, we don't want your immune system down. So distract yourself. You can't, it's not physically possible to think two thoughts at the same time. You know what I do sometimes? I distract myself with weird things, like, not weird, but if I can't think of something, I'll be like, I name things in the room. Like, there is a shoe, there is the table, there is and I know that sounds ridiculous, but it works. Stop thinking about what's bothering you and distract yourself with another thought. And before you know it, you won't be thinking about it anymore. You can't possibly it's not humanly possible to think two things at the same time. Now, you can jump back and forth from two things, but you can't have a thought simultaneously with another thought. You see? All right, so let's find out what's going on with Flea Little Piggy. We're going to use the Druid Craft. We want to know what's going on. We need to just how can Flea Little Piggy get back on track? Is this a message of some kind? What is going on? Let us find out. Oh my gosh, you guys, I am going to be sleeping in the car. It's like a 2.5 hour drive. We do it usually once a week. It's kind of random though too, so that's why I don't set it up as a regular thing. Sometimes it's Saturday, sometimes it's Sunday, sometimes we don't have to. But anyway, we've had to go most weekends lately, and it's a 2.5 hour ride. I know what I'm going to be doing. Sleeping. My poor husband won't have anybody to talk to. Wow, look at all this sky. Look at all that sky. All of these cards have sky. I mean, some are better than others, but all of them, the sky just really jumps out of these cards. Do you see that? So the sky means, you know what? The clouds will part. Look at that. You will, I mean, think about meditation. Now, I find it hard to meditate when you're doing it the traditional way. You're supposed to kind of obviously empty your mind and not have any thoughts and see your thoughts kind of passing by like clouds. That's one of the tools or tricks to learn how to meditate. Not to say you can't have a thought, because it's hard, but it's to be able to recognize thoughts as clouds just kind of blowing by. Once you think of thought, let it go and float away like a cloud. This is amazing because I was literally just talking about that, right? Man, that even freaks me out a little bit. So again, this is saying it will part. Even when, like in this card, there's smoke in the background because a fire is going. It'll still blow away. It'll go away. So I think one of the things that the cards are saying is that you need to kind of get calm. I don't know if you meditate. I have a hard time meditating sometimes because first my brain never shuts up, kind of like me. And I kept trying to make these rules. Like, okay, I got to sit a certain way. I got to think a certain way. I got to hum. I got to chant, and it just never worked for me. There is no rule. You can meditate doing whatever you want. You can meditate. Working in the garden is meditative, So again, don't get stuck on the rules. Just calm your mind. That's the goal of it. And, you can use the thoughts in the clouds kind of thing. If that's helpful, that kind of worked for me. But other times taking a walk is meditative for me. Do you see what I'm saying? So spend some time clearing your mind, because part of it, you might legitimately be having a lot of stuff happening. However, it's how we handle it that makes it change. You're in charge of your brain. You're in charge of what you think about. You're in charge of how you let it affect you. We are human, so we are going to have emotions, and they are going to elicit certain things, but you can let it go. So this is what this is saying right there. We've also, look at how many strong personalities we have in here. These are all court cards, every single one. We've got bookends. We've got 2 wands. We've got the princess, which is the page, and we have the queen. In here, we have the princess and the king. These are messages coming. This is thoughts, ideas. This is growth and effort. The king, again, swords, communication. We've got a lot of communication in here. You are way stronger than you realize. This is amazing. You've got all of these court cards. Now let's look at the bookends. Page to queen. This is the beginning, and this is near the end. Now, obviously, the beginning would be messages, new information. This is when the information is set and being acted upon. This is the Queen of Wands. She's like the CEO of the company. She gets it all done. She's like the person who stands up on the stage and everybody's cheering. She's, you know, whatever. I hate to mention politics because right now that's a big joke. But, you know, somebody who's, you know, being everybody loves. Got it? So here, new message again, new message. And swords are, again, thoughts and ideas. The King of Swords is the master of those thoughts and ideas, making things happen. This is telling me you need to calm your mind. I mean, it's not even it can't be any stronger. And that will help you with your stress. Sometimes we can't help or change what is happening, but we can change how we participate. That is our power. Does that make sense? All right. Good luck with that. Like I said, I have a hard time like meditating or anything like that because I was always like, well, I gotta, you know, sit like this. You know, you don't have to do any of that. You do what feels good. The distraction and the thought, the empty mind is the goal. Okay. Thanks for letting me read for you. And we do have another donation. This is from Mr. Maurice. How are you? And thank you for your donation. Let's see. Your current job outlook. Okay, let's find out what is going on. I'm seeing your question was posted also on the PayPal notes, so I'm seeing it both ways. A couple more things were mentioned in the PayPal, so I do see that, Mr. Maurice. So let's do a reading. We're going to use today's journey. Seems like a modern feel. Today's journey. Okay, current job outlook. Thinking we're just struggling with it, feeling like we need a change, and dropping cards. There you go. Heads up, just to let you know my process. I do not pick up dropped cards when I shuffle. I do pick them up when I'm laying them out and they fall out. But if I pick them up when I shuffle, there'll be a million because I stink at shuffling. So that to me is not a message. When I'm laying them out, I feel like that's a card that wants to be seen. But my shuffling, no. Shuffling, if you can hear me, I'm messing it up right now. Okay, current job, Mr. Maurice. Mr. Maurice. Okay, let's find out, Mr. Maurice. We want to know what the job outlook is. Kind of feeling like you need a change. You'd like some more money, more income. Let's find out. Let us find out. All righty. Why is everything so crooked? I don't know what I'm doing. My camera's probably like, I didn't even check it. Okay, so that doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to tell you some good news. It is going to change. You are going to have illumination is the sun. And if you were listening to some of the other readings I did and described what the sun is obviously happy, bright, cheerful. But guess what else? It's about optimism, staying positive because something is coming. Well, what is coming? This is new things are coming here with some speed. Well, let's find out what's coming in here. What do we got going? We've got bookends again. We've got this here. This is the sun. This here, this is the Knight of Wands. So something's running fast. This sun, the feelings that are going to give you this sun are ready to rock and roll. Look at him. He's on a motorcycle. He's flying through, taking this feeling and making it happen. See? So what's going on in here, though? Because we want to know how to get there. If we want more money, we want to change. Should you stay where you are? Or are you going to look for another one? Is something going to improve? Let's find out. All right. So we've got guidance. This here is the Hermit. Look at him. He's in a library, kind of just figuring stuff out. He's by himself on a computer. He's got his laptop. He's got books. What I think you're the one who's going to know whether or not it's time to move on or not. And maybe that's where this piece is. Let's see what else we have before we decide that. We've got our Four of Air. This is Four of Swords. This is amazing. These two are both about relaxing, reflecting, kind of about wisdom, trying to take it all in. This is asking you to really think about it in terms of whether or not it's time to move on. The happiness is going to come to you, but let's find out. I need to get an endgame card because I want to know Is the outlook, this is good. You need to get to here though. This is you thinking about it. This is you deciding and really delving deep to decide if this, not just the, oh, I had a bad day and I don't like it here, but is this the right job for me? Will I, be promoted? Will I climb the ladder? I'm not sure. Let's do an end game to see, because this is what you need. But I just don't know if it's going to be at your current company or a new one. That's what we want to know. Should you be looking at other options, or is this continuing to improve at your current job? Okay, that's continuing to do work at your own job. This is the youth of earth. This is the page of pentacles. Sorry. This is about financial opportunity, skill development, upcoming challenges. This to me is saying persevere, push forward, be that force, that strength that's pushing forward. Look at this guy. He's climbing a mountain telling these people how to do it. So it looks like persevering at your current job, which might take a little bit of soul searching, because it sounds like you're thinking, okay, I need a change. I'm not liking this. I'm bored. Shake it up. See what else you can do. This is about financial success. So perhaps, speaking to the people who are above you and saying, how can I improve? What more can you give me? I'd like to take on some more responsibility. Get some things, shake it up. And this is what, let's move that. This is where you're going. The sun, and you're going to be feeling happy, and then the sky's the limit. Look at that. This motorcycle's flying off. We don't even know where, because there's no cards here, but he's flying. That to me means that the world is wide open, and that all you need to do is get in there, persevere, shove yourself forward, make people see you. I mean, don't be a jerk and don't be arrogant, but you see what I'm saying? Put yourself out there. Do you guys know that saying, act as if? Meaning in your mind, be like, I'm the manager. I mean, don't come in and try to take over the manager's job. That would be inappropriate. But in your mind, you just act as if you're successful. Act as if you're number one. In your mind, build that confidence. Confidence draws more feelings that would make you confident. It attracts like. Imagine you have a magnet inside of you. What you're thinking is what you're going to draw to you. I can't stress it enough. Whether or not you subscribe to the law of attraction theories or not, you got to admit that makes sense for all of us. We've all experienced that. All righty. Well, thank you for your donation, and thanks for letting me read for you. Good luck. All righty. We have another donation. This is from donation with initials GT. Let me see if it's already posted. It probably is. And please forgive me if I don't remember names. I try. My memory's already screwed. But especially when I'm doing the cards, because I'm really focused. My brain is in a different direction than memory. Here we go. Happily ever after. That's you, GT. GT, that's like a car, an old car. All right. Happily ever after. I digress. Thank you for your donation. I have been quite stressed lately in regard to my relationship with Raza, Virgo. Is there a real reason behind my worry, or is it illusion and subconscious? All right, let's find out. I think this is probably a question we have all asked ourselves many, many times. And it works the other way too. Sometimes we put on rose-colored glasses and we see things better than they are. Keep that in mind. All right. Let's see. Do you have rose-colored glasses on, or do you have SHIT colored glasses on? Okay. Notice I spelled it like a child. I just don't want to be offensive to anybody. All right. Okay, Raza. Is there a real reason, or is it your illusion and subconscious? Okay, well, before I put out 4, well, actually, I'll put out 4. I'm going to flip 1 over, though. I want to see the High Priestess, because that, to me, would mean that you are seeing it incorrectly. It's like an illusion, right? So let's find out. I'm wanting to see that because I want you to ease your stress. There are still other good cards, but that would be the fantastic one. Oh, yeah, honey, you're doing okay. You're fine. You're fine. I didn't see the High Priestess, but I can tell right away. You're fine. It's in your mind. I think it's in your mind. I'll tell you why. We've got the 10 and we've got the 9 of cups. 10 of 9, 10 and 9. Ha, ha, ha. This is about everything being happy, everything being secure, everything coming together. This is about having peace in your life, in your relationship, especially in the realm of love. Yeah. Next to it, the 9 of cups, success. I mean, look at, he's got a genie popping out of there too. Things are open to you. You can make things happen. You've got things open. And now I can tell you right here why you're having problems, why you're having stress, why you're having the illusion. 4 of cups. You're looking at things that are wrong. You're not looking at what's right. You are not wanting to see what else is coming. You're bored. Maybe you're expecting, like, maybe the things have calmed down, like the honeymoon part, or you're bored. So you're like, okay, I want, some great fancy dinner. I want to be swept off my feet, or I want you to do X or do Y. Well, guess what? People aren't mind readers. Sometimes we have to say what we need. Hey, this reminds me, and this is not a plug for my other video, but check out my Relationship Warriors video about love languages. That might help you kind of see how to connect. I feel like you're feeling like you're not connecting in a love way, meaning you're not feeling like you're getting what you need, or perhaps Raza's not getting what they need. Look at that video and see if that helps. But that's what I'm seeing. Here I'm seeing temperance. This is about balance. So something is a little out of whack on the needs being met. Check that out. But I think the stress you're feeling and the worry you're feeling, you're blowing it up in your mind. This is a little tiny thing in the background that you might want to examine, but it's real clear to me. I think you're just imagining things, or maybe this is a little bit there and you're blowing it up into something really big. This is fixable. And then again, I'm not just trying to plug my other video. Seriously, go watch it. It's about love languages, and there's timestamps. You can fast forward and whatnot. But see, because that might help you get on the same page. I get the real impression it's about needs not being met. Not a huge problem. I'm not saying like, oh my gosh, but I'm saying there's a little glimmer of this, but this is where you are. Oops, wrong way. You got the 9 and 10. I think you're fine, honey. I do. All right. Well, good luck, and thank you for your donation. All righty. Let me just check this out. I have a nap in my future. I can feel it now. All righty. We have another donation, and this is from Country. Thank you so much for your donation. And let's get to your question. There we go. Ryan brought a girl home on my birthday. Oh. I don't think I can speak to him anymore, but of course I'm heated. So I want to know what will happen with this over the next few weeks. Wait a minute. So, Country, are you with Ryan? Is this an ex? Is this a boyfriend? Is this a current friend crush? I mean, what's going on here? Wow. So bringing a girl home on your birthday is very insulting if you are, wow. So let me know in the chat, please. I want to know if you were together, or if this is like, maybe, I don't know, maybe it's your brother. I can't remember our last time we read about this. So I don't remember. Let's do it. Well, let's lay out the cards. Let's find out. Let's do Anna K. Okay, thank you. You are roommates, but we like each other. Okay. So we have a spark going between roommates, and then the roommate brought a girl home on your birthday. Now, this is me asking, so not cards. I haven't even laid them out. Well, Ryan obviously knew it was your birthday because you're roommates. Was the girl, I don't like it. Especially if Ryan knows you guys, unless this girl is just such a totally innocent thing that he didn't even think it would be a problem. You know, sometimes the connections aren't there. Men and women think very differently. It's the way our brains are wired. So it's not a bad thing for either or a good thing for either. It's just the way we are. Women have a tendency to be able to think about a lot of things at a time. Oh, and what about this? And what about that? And then, you know, they jump from thoughts. Whereas men typically have compartmentalized thoughts. Like, I need to work on this at home. And then here, while I'm doing this, I'm not thinking about the rest. Now I'm done with this. So, okay, now I got to talk to Susie. And, you know, it's one at a time. Whereas women are like, I mean, they're all over. There's a real funny comedian who does a joke on it. God, I don't even remember. It's about women and men, how they think. Oh, God, I'll have to think of the name. But it sums it up really well in a humorous way. But it's very true. And my point is, maybe Ryan just didn't think of it. So let's find out. Oh, you're filling me in here on the bottom. You did it on purpose. You think, and she's an ex. He showed up at her door the other day after months and brought her home. I heard her ask why he suddenly popped up at her house. Okay, I'm going to tell you what Denise thinks, and then we'll find out what the cards say. Denise thinks that he maybe be feeling concerned, or not concerned, that's not the right way, and afraid. I don't want to use the word afraid, but it threw him off because of his feelings with you. So he resorted to an ex to make things feel normal. An old glove. It is an old glove. When we have an old glove that has a hole in the pinky and they smell like dog, or they're dirty or whatever, yeah, that sounds terrible, right? Ew, throw those away and get new gloves. Well, when you get the new gloves, they're scratchy, they're not stretched out, they're terrible. Going back to the old glove makes it feel good, even though it's a yucky old glove that you want to throw away. Well, I'm not saying that you're itchy or yucky. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is it might have intimidated, scared. Okay. Oh my God. That's it. I know what's going on. Okay. Whew. Lovers, strength, the tower, the moon. You have all majors. These are all major arcana. These are themes. These are deep meaning. Like the minors are more like events that are going on. These are about themes in the world. Or in the life. Ryan doesn't want to be alone. Ryan doesn't want to be alone. He is feeling this tension between you. Now, tension is not always bad. It's not always negative tension, positive tension. It's confusing him. He is confused. We've got the moon, and he needed to make a big change, thinking. No, he doesn't want to be alone. He doesn't want to be alone. He's trying to kind of work through things. He needed to make a big change to try to knock out those feelings that he had that made him uncomfortable. And now that he's made this change and going back to the ex, or bringing the ex back around, showing up all of a sudden, talking to her, or whatever, it's not helping anything. The moon, still confused. Yeah, this was a ditch effort at trying to reset to a time that Ryan felt like he had it under control. I had this person, this was my relationship, I knew what to deal with, I knew what to expect. Do you see what I'm saying? So this is telling me that, it's not going anywhere. It's not helping. It was to try to get back to this, where he felt like, I'm in control. I know what's going on. I'm not necessarily I'm in charge, but I'm in command of my own life and my destiny. I know where it's going. Doesn't want to be alone. Made a big change. Still confused. I mean, this was like, wow. This was like a 1, 2, 3, 4 punch. Made sense. So I am definitely seeing it was very strong. And I'm seeing that you donated again. So let me see what's going on. Thank you. So this will be a continuation, won't it? All right. Let me see what's going on. I thought I had another one in there too, but I don't. Okay, great. Let's see. All right. So let me see what part 2 is. Give me a second here. Okay. Donated. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Okay, so how does he feel about you? What's going on? All right, so I see the confusion in, their mind here. I think what, Ryan? Yeah. So let's find out. We are going to use the Tarot in Wonderland because this is like trying to discern what somebody's thinking, and it's mysterious. That feels like Alice in Wonderland to me. Let's find out. How does he feel about you? Let us find out. How is the roommate feeling? Okay, let's see. All right. How is he feeling? What is going on? What's with all the confusion and fear? And going back to your old glove that's missing a thumb. It smells like dog. I don't mean to be mean. It's kind of funny though. I know she's not an old glove missing a thumb, but poor her. She's probably like, hey, what'd I do? Oh, wow. We've got strength. We've got the moon. We've got the Hierophant. We've got the Emperor. These are all majors again. Wow. These are strong messages coming through, honey. These are strong. You want to know what else is interesting? We've also got strength and the moon again. Wow. Okay. So let's break it down. Let's find out what's going on. Okay. This is about asking you to be strong. I know this sucks. I know you don't like it. I know you're not feeling, but this is about acting like nothing's wrong, right? This is about, it's about a lot of things, but in this spread and this question, this is about hiding things, concealing things. You're strong, conceal it. Don't let it show that it bothers you. You guys can all probably relate to this. When you act like you don't care, that's when people are like, hey, all of a sudden it makes them want more, like, hey, she doesn't care. And I don't mean to be manipulative or sneaky or even lying. I don't mean being dishonest. But don't you see how it works? It always works. So the best way to get things kind of back on track is, excuse me, acting like normal, acting like it doesn't bother you. Because guess what's going to happen when you do that? This is going to be bringing things back together. The Hierophant, bringing it back together and moving forward together. That's what the Hierophant is about. This is not the Chariot. I'm doing this like I usually do for the Chariot, but the Hierophant it's almost usually always like a priest or a religious figure who's got his flock, and he keeps everyone together in the flock. This is about tradition. This is about ritual. Well, what's a little more traditional? You guys are living together as roommates, but you're the one that, this is about bringing the two energies together. Switching from roommate to a relationship, that's bringing it together. And this here, the Emperor, this is saying to me that, again, staying strong. The Emperor is like in command of the whole country, right? Or the whole land or whatever. And feels confident. Look at this guy. He's having a cocktail, for God's sakes. He's like, hey, see all these people over here? These are people at your apartment or house or wherever you guys are sticking around. This is people supporting you, living together at that next level. Now, I want to get a quick end game, though, because I want a little bit more of a definitive feeling about you. This is looking like things are going to come around. And again, being that, don't show your hand. Don't show your hand. And this is looking like how it's going to go. But I want to get a feeling card because sometimes things have to develop. And developing, I would love it to develop in, 10 minutes. But sometimes it takes longer, and that impatience, that not knowing is just my Achilles heel. So let's find out, how is Ryan feeling? Success. 9 of Pentacles. Success. Literally, if you had to pick one word, what that card means, success. So, yeah. I'm feeling like it's confusing to Ryan, not knowing what to do, went back to the old glove to feel better, to feel like, to calm that insecurity that made him uncomfortable, to calm that confusion. And things are moving. I think that other person is an old glove. I don't think it's going to last. I don't think it's going to go on for long. And this is saying, be strong. Don't show your hand. Act like nothing's wrong. Now, if a situation pops up where you're going to have a deep conversation, of course you can, open those doors and let them in. But I mean, as far as day to day, don't be droopy drawers walking around. Don't be all of a sudden writing cutesy notes in his lunch. Don't do weird things where you're being annoying and smothering or even acting sad. Again, I'm not saying be manipulative, but just hold your feelings there, because again, when we're not showing that makes people be like, hey, what are you doing? I want to see what you're doing. See? All right. Good luck, country. Good luck. I know that must be hard, especially living together, because you're like, it's on my face all the time, right? Oh, well, good luck. I can relate to how you're feeling, and I'm sorry you're going through that. All right, my friends. Well, that is the end of donations right now. So I want to thank you for coming. This is free tarot readings, but donations do take priority. You're all welcome to make a donation at any time and any amount. It bumps you to priority. So that is kind of what we were doing. That's why we went over. I just want to kind of explain to anybody who just arrived new. But I'd love to see you again. Now, remember, I am going to have to cancel today's 12 o'clock show, but I will be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Central. And I hope this was a lot of fun. Very spontaneous, random live stream. Thank you for the donations, and thank you for letting me read for you. And a big thank you to my moderators. Take care and have a great day.